Why hello, Kendall Hailstone here. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful, beautiful spring day. Today I am doing one of the hardest things I've done, and today's video is about overcoming challenges with your parents. And I definitely do not want to be making this video. It is way out of my comfort zone. Yesterday is when it came up, is when I was feeling that I wanted to do a video on this specifically, this topic. But I was just feeling really nervous about it, really afraid about it, afraid of judgment, just afraid of what people will think, if I bring this up. And I just kind of took that as a sign that, okay, I definitely need to do this. I definitely need to do this. So here I am. And what happened yesterday, and something that I've just been becoming more aware of, is my patterns and my beliefs, and I guess my responses to certain things. And particularly my mother and I have a fairly, I think we have a generally good relationship, but there's definitely, I've recognized some unresolved trauma on my part about our relationship that just has not been addressed internally for myself. And so that's something that I've been carrying just around for a long time, and it's really impacted my mother and our relationship. And I've noticed that I'm particularly sensitive to her reactions, whereas typically with most other people, I feel like I'm able to maintain a fairly objective view, to maintain compassion for them, even when they are, reacting of whether it's fear or anger or whatever they may be going through. It's kind of funny that I've noticed this pattern that the closer I am to people, not necessarily being closest, but the more stress and tension I've had in a relationship, the more difficult it is for me to maintain compassion when there are, reactions that are happening, instead of, there just being more, conscious responses to situations, taking responsibility for our own feelings. When there's blaming involved, like I said, specifically when there's been a lot of tension and stress in a relationship, that definitely is challenging for me to maintain my cool. I don't know if any of you relate with that. Please leave a comment, let me know if that resonates with you. But holy smokes. So yeah, in my childhood, my mother, I'm super grateful for her, and this video is not meant to bash her at all. I know that she will very likely see this video, and I'm extremely grateful for her and everything that she's done. She seriously has been a tremendous help in my adult life, just in a lot of the challenges and struggles that I've gone through. She's always been there, supporting me and helping me in any way that she can, and she's been incredible. Growing up as a child, she took the approach of being the dictator. That was my perception of her at the time as being a child. And so the approach that I took was to be submissive. And what it did was it avoided a lot of conflict, which is another thing that I've noticed about myself, is that I intensely have had a habit of avoiding conflict, which has not been advantageous to me in my life. But it's just been my pattern up to this point, but I'm changing it, and I am growing more comfortable with speaking my truth. But anyways, I digress. Like I said, being submissive made my childhood fairly easy and conflict-free. But something that I've noticed that as an adult, what that has manifested as is, if she just has anything that she wants to do that is in any way, different than what I'm wanting to do, I have very little ability, not ability, but I have very little patience, not even patience, I have very little capacity to compromise. I have, like I said, just in that specific relationship, I have a very difficult time with compromising, with receiving feedback and suggestions from her, especially when they're unsolicited. And instead of being able to just kind of maintain a level head and just to be looking at things objectively and maintaining compassion, I definitely have noticed that I tend to react as well in those situations to her, which is my total responsibility. That is totally on me. It's because of things that I have unresolved, that I have been aware of for, I'd say, a year or so. For a long time, I wasn't even aware that I had this trauma, built up inside myself around that relationship. But like I said, in the last year, I've become aware of it. It definitely seems like it's more on the unconscious level. which, you know, I don't know, it is what it is. But for me, it's made it more difficult to address because it's on that level, I guess, not really super conscious. I'm not super conscious and aware of it until recently. And so anyways, but I take full responsibility for that. I have been aware of it, and I just either have been unwilling to address it, or I've just been unsure of how to address it, how to approach that and really get down deep within myself so that I can be letting go of that old pattern, letting go of that old trauma. And I'm not sure exactly how to yet, and I'm sorry, this is not a video of how to create a solution around that. I don't personally have a solution for myself in the situation yet. I do have some form of a solution, I suppose. It's not like, oh, I figured it out and it's all fixed. You know, it's not like that. I'm setting an intention right now to bring more awareness to my patterns, to my ways of reacting to my mother, and then I'm also setting this intention to communicate about it to her when it comes up to me, communicating to her that this is happening. I'm becoming aware of this thing that is happening, that I'm reacting to you, that I feel like I have some type of tension between us that I don't know, that I don't quite understand. And if the situation starts to escalate, removing myself and using more silence instead of lashing out. And I feel like that will help me progress a lot farther along, because I'll be basically, you know, breaking my own pattern. I'll be stepping in the way of what I habitually have been doing, so that I can be changing what I do and hopefully be really getting down to the root of it. And if you have any suggestions of what to do to help, please let me know. Something I want to point out, that this video is not meant to elicit pity. I do not want you to feel bad for me. I have had an amazing life, and I just have becoming aware of this trauma, specifically in this area regarding my mother and I. But my hope is that by me sharing this, it's going to inspire you to become aware of your beliefs and patterns that are no longer serving and empowering you. And I'm hoping that it'll give you courage to face those things, to take responsibility for those things, take your power back, and to really set an intention for creating positive changes in your lives, in your beliefs and your thoughts, so that they will be serving and empowering you from here on out. And so that is my hope, that is my goal, is to inspire and encourage you to, like I said, become aware of your belief systems, and then also to take responsibility for them as well, so that you can make changes if that's what you want. So thank you so much. That pretty much wraps it up for today. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time. And yeah, like I said, get out there, do things that are hard. Do things that are hard. Get out of your comfort zone. That's where growth happens. I'm hoping to be an example, an inspiration for you to be doing things that are hard as well. You know, talk to people, you know, about these things. You know, that's another thing I wanted to point out, is that bringing awareness to these beliefs and these patterns that you may have, but also talk to somebody about them. It's uncomfortable. It is. It's not easy, but do it anyways. It's going to help you. I guarantee it. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day, and I will see you y'all later. Peace out.